Welcome to the Color Room Chat. I'm Kassidy. I'm a stylist at Salon 210.
And I'm Reese. I'm a stylist at Salon 210 and co-founder of Glow and Grow, and now co-owner of Zero Limits EDU.
So for this one today, we're really excited. We want to dive a little bit into branding yourself and just your brand behind the chair.
Yes, and I think that this one is going to... I'm here, we want to blow your minds because I think branding is a number one way to have a successful business, and people really forget about this part. And it's my favorite thing to do is to help businesses create their brand. And so we're going to I want Kassidy to start off this one today. Give us a few tips on how you build a brand. What do you start with?
I think the first thing you have to start is just know your why and know how you want to market yourself. What type of hair you want to do, know your why, know your purpose behind the chair, and then you constantly just have to be embodying that, being true to yourself, being authentic to yourself, and showcasing who you truly are in the salon and online. Because your brand isn't just social media and how you present yourself online. It's your client experience, how you show up every single day. And it truly is just being true to yourself. But I think it's just by starting out and writing down, like, who do you want to be behind the chair and what is your why?
I love that. I think that's amazing. I think a lot of feedback I've gotten from our podcast is that it's not just for hairstylists, it's for anyone who wants to be an entrepreneur or is going through life change, or anyone who just wants to change up their career path. And I love hearing that because I think a lot of times you don't even realize in the salon you're an amazing hairstylist, but you've created your own actual brand inside the salon. And I think it gives me such a high. I love watching you grow and build this empire you're building. But yeah, I think that's the perfect way. What you said is you are your brand.
Yes. So you have to show up as that every single day. And it definitely took me until probably this year to really dive deep down. Reese would always be like, what is your why? Why are you doing this? And I think when I really sat with that, then I was able to just embody that every single day and consistently show up as myself. And then it was easier for me too to market myself online and be my true self too, with my clients, because I knew, okay, what type of hair do I want to do? Why am I doing this? Yeah. And what do I want out of my career? And it just made it a lot easier and it was a lot clearer for me. And I really sat with that.
I think that's amazing. And it's 100% so true. And I think I start off my one-on-ones with each of our stylists every year. And now we're going into 2026. And if you've taken one of my hair classes, you know my number one question is, what is your why? What is your purpose? There has to be a purpose in life. And once you find your why and your purpose, then you can create your empire. But if you are just creating an empire to feed your ego and to feed your self-worth, it will collapse. It doesn't work out, and it just gets all messy. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no clear picture.
You don't even really know what you're working towards. I feel like if you don't know your why or why you're doing it, you're just going through the motions and you're like, why am I even doing this? But then when you find your sense of purpose, then you show up every day and you're wanting to work hard and put your best foot forward because you have a goal and a vision in mind.
Yes. And the secret is, which I never have said this to anyone, the secret to an amazing brand starts with your purpose and your why. You cannot have a great business and a great brand until you have that. And that comes from everything, because then it's authentic. Your brand is authentically you. You can't fake it. And a lot of people will try and they continue to create these businesses with a fake brand that's really not their heart and their reason why. And when you do that, it doesn't work out. It never does. You're just going to create another business, and you're going to have 20 small businesses that are kind of doing okay, or you can have one amazing brand and then create businesses off that brand that's thriving and killing it. And people know as soon as you say the name, your name or the salon's name or Glow and Grow, whatever company's name, they know the brand. They know exactly what they're going to get, how they're going to get it, everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I think that with social media too, it's so easy to just copy what other people are doing, but there's truly only one you. And so if you're just true to yourself and what you actually want to do, even if people think it's silly, whatever you're doing, it's going to be unique. And so that's what's going to set you apart. That's how you become successful, is if you're doing something different, not what the person next to you is doing. So that's why when people, ask me like, how are you doing this, that, and the other, I'm always just say, be true to you. Because if you do what I do, then it's not going to work for you. If I did what Reese did every day, it's not going to work for me. But like, find what makes you unique and special and run with it, because there will be people that will connect with you. That's a big part about what we do behind the chair, is that they're coming for you and your personality, and people will click with you if you're, being true to yourself.
Yeah, you ultimately will have clients that are just like you, because you do. You have to be true to yourself. So that's building your brand. So far we have 3. We have being authentic, being true to yourself, having your why and your purpose, and then showing up consistently.
Yeah, showing up consistently, having a system to that, so then you can, the steps that you have to take to get there. But, like Reese, like you have a brand, and this goes for like selling a product too. Like you have Glow and Grow. So, but that is something that you are passionate about, and so it just comes natural to you,
Yeah, it's 100%. It's what I was missing in the market for ingredients and products. So I live, eat, and breathe and sleep my brands, because it's me. It's authentic to me. So it's not something that I have to put a wig on and put a costume on and be fake every day. It's truly Respond. Like, I live, eat, breathe, and sleep the Salon 210, Respond, Color Room Chat, Zero Limits. Like, I can
it all connects together.
All connects. Yeah, because it's just authentic to me.
Yeah, so I think that you can take that, like it can go even further than what you do behind the chair. It's if you're selling a product, if you're just creating content online, it all will end up connecting if you're just staying true to that message.
Yeah, and so staying consistent becomes easy because you did the first 3 steps. You were authentic, you're staying true to yourself, and you're creating a brand off your why. So now showing up consistently every day to your businesses and to your companies is easy, because you don't have to fake it, and you do it. You show up every single day, excited, motivated, and it doesn't feel like work.
No, because you're passionate about it. Like us with this podcast, like we were so excited to come because it's our passion, you know? So if you're doing something you're passionate about, then it'll all connect, whether it's behind the chair, whether you're trying to grow your own business, whether if you're selling houses. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You just have to be passionate about it, and then you'll find the drive to succeed. And then you'll, of course, be successful.
You will, and you can't copy someone. You can't go and scroll Instagram and scroll TikTok and be like, I want their business, I want their company, I'm going to do A, B, C, and D, and then you'll have it. Yes, you can do that, but owning your own company, being a true entrepreneur, and having your own businesses and building your own career, it takes 24/7 grit and hustle and grind. And I love working 24/7 because it doesn't feel like work. And that's how, is because you've now created a brand off of who you are instead of copying someone. If you copy someone, you better get ready. You're going to show up to a 9-to-5 job, and it's going to feel like it.
Miserable. That's why it's just important to get clear with, we said this already, but get clear with what you want and your why and why you're doing it. Like, for example, me, probably a year ago, I felt like I had no idea what I was chasing. I felt like I was chasing a number, and I was like, why? Like, what am I, I kept telling Reese all the time, I'm so bored. Like, I'm just bored, and I felt miserable doing it. And then I sat down with myself, and I was like, okay, why am I doing this? Like, what do I want? And I realized, like, I want to make an impact on other stylists and show them that they can make this career whatever they want it to be. Now I show up every single day, and I of course have goals for myself, but I have such a newfound purpose, and I'm not chasing like a number or a level or a goal anymore. Like, I show up every day for my clients, and so I can do this podcast, so I can show up on social media and like show my passion behind it. So now I don't get bored because I'm like, I know what I need to do every day. Like, if I'm just showing my passion, that's gonna fulfill me, and it helps my business grow too. And I see success from it because my clients are feeling my passion. You guys are feeling my passion. I get to come to the salon and like be around all the girls. And like, I think like that's what's helped me.
100%. And that's where you've created a brand now, and you have motivation coming because you just have a clear mindset, a clear goal, a clear purpose in life. Because that's what the number, if you're chasing a number or you're chasing success, you'll never find happiness. And that's 100% true. And you're never going to find a clear brand, because your brand won't come out what you want it to be because you're too focused on your goal or on the success of the business. Because businesses, it doesn't happen overnight.
No, it does not. It can take years, and it's a lot of hustle and hard work that a lot of people don't see. That's why you always have to go back to why you're doing it.
You have to go back to why. You have to go back to your purpose. And then when you're doing it and you're living your brand out every day, and it's something that you love, and it's something that is truly you and authentic to you, you then don't even realize how hard you're working. And one day you wake up and 5 years has passed and you're like, wow, look at this.
Yeah, you don't even realize like what you created.
No.
Yeah, and especially with what we do, it's not going to be a constant uphill. There's so many bumps in the road. You have good months, you have bad months, stuff pops up. And so that's why you just have to remember why you're doing it too. So when those bad months happen or when situations happen, you can pick yourself back up and keep going up. Because with what we do, and just being an entrepreneur in general, it is up and down. It's like a roller coaster.
It is a crazy, wild roller coaster.
It's not just all success.
No, and so that's what having a clear identity and clear goals in mind and a clear business plan is so important, because there's a lot of failure. There's going to be more failure than there is success. But you have your purpose, and you know what you're doing. When you wake up every single day, you know what you're doing it for. And that's your brand.
Yes. So Reese, give us a piece of advice on how you can find your brand, or what do you do that you like embody your brand every single day?
I think I just like breathe.
You eat, sleep, and breathe it?
I eat, sleep, and breathe it because I've created a brand that is so true to myself. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just my heart. And so my brand is my heart, and so it's so easy for me, and I love it. And then I take it to the next level. So honestly, like bronzy glow, like that is my color scheme. That's what I think a lot of people don't realize is what is a brand. It's how you dress, it's how you look, it's literally down to the backsplash of this color room chat. It is every single thing. The puppy, Chai, was an accident. Like, that's a little, she doesn't need to be bronze.
But she really wasn't an accident. That was intentional.
That was intentional. It's like, it's the color, it's my fashion sense, it's how I choose to live my life, my family, my personal life. My brand ties into every single thing I do. And so every single business is tied together, especially on how their font sizes, how something's designed. Like, truly, the salon is a Euro theme. It's Euro inspired because that is what I love, and that's my husband. Like, it's truly, it
all comes together. It's your life together. And it goes into your businesses.
Yes, my personal life goes into my businesses. My business is my personal life.
Yeah. So it's how you market yourself online. It's the logos, it's the font, it's it's the feed, and then it's also how you dress and how you act at home, which it's truly all of that then encompasses to your brand.
To my brand. And so my brand is Dream Hair. My brand is Dreams Can Come True. My brand is Bronze. And so that comes with, you always dream of being tan and glowy. Now you have products. You always dreamed of having long luxury hair. Now you have hair extensions. You have a place that everyone certifies and is top stylist in hair extensions. So you can walk in and get them done that day. You have products that is going to grow hair. So I'm breaking it down like that so that you guys can see. So that if you are one that is flipping houses, well, you better live in a house that has just been flipped or built and is like immaculate. Like, you have to live it if you're putting it out there to have someone else do it. Like,
Yeah.
I won't give a product to someone unless if I use it and see the results. And then I'll give a product to someone.
Yeah, like you better be a master at what you're selling or what your brand is. You better know all the ins and outs of it before you just go and, embody it.
And that's what I think a lot of people don't do is they just start these brands and then run with it. You really want to plan out your brand. Map it out, sit down, write it out. I make a collage every year of my brand, and then I write it out. And so then that way I have a clear mindset. And that is a really huge secret that I think will help you guys a lot when you're starting a brand or when you're redoing a brand. Because you can redo your brand as many times as you want. But when you do it, you still want to have a clear picture and a clear mindset. And you want to memorize it, and you want to educate yourself on your brand. And I know that sounds silly, but it helps so much because then when you go to sell your brand to somebody, it just instantly comes out and it's who you are. Because if you don't practice your brand before you launch it, people won't believe it. They
and
won't
then they'll
buy
just be
into it.
confused too. So if you're not clear with it yourself, then how are you supposed to sell that to other people? They're just going to be confused and they're not even going to really know what you're selling or the point that you're trying to get across.
And so that's really important, is to know your audience. So when you're creating this brand, knowing your audience, who are you speaking to? For me, I'm speaking to hairstylists, but I'm also speaking to my client, and I'm speaking to the moms that are crazy busy and still trying to make their dreams happen. And so I have a clear picture on who I'm speaking to and who my audience is. And I'm not sorry for that it's not for anyone else, because I'm not for everyone.
Yeah, and not everyone's brand is going to be for everyone. That's why there's going to be a target market, and there are specific people that you're speaking to, but that's what's going to make you different, and there's going to be people that relate with you and your messaging.
Yeah, and that's what makes you special. If you're for everyone, that takes you being special away. It takes the sparkle away. And so that's what having a clear view on your audience will help, because then I can refer other people to Kassidy because I know her brand and who her audience is as soon as I look at her page or as soon as I look at her business. So that's where there's a audience for everyone, and don't be upset if someone isn't for you. That's okay. That's a good thing. That means that your brand is becoming iconic and one of a kind.
Like, every successful brand is not for everyone.
Yeah.
And that's just fact, and that's just reality of it. So just be true to you, and then the right people also that you are going to want to be a part of your brand will be. You don't want every single person, to fall in love with your brand, because it's not going to work.
Yeah, it takes that special like sparkle about it away. And so that's what it's 100%. If you're trying to be for everyone, that's when your brand gets diluted and confused. People will be confused, and then they just run from you because they're like, you're all over the place, you're manic, I don't understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And so that's what having a clear outline and telling a clear story will be 100% amazing for creating your brand. And I'm saying that so slowly because I see it happen all the time. My favorite thing is to help businesses and to help create a clear story and picture for their audience, for their customers.
Yeah, and just being consistent with it too, knowing that it's going to take time to do it, but you have to show up every single day and still be consistent and still embody your brand. You're not just going to blow up overnight. You have to be consistent and just be confident in your messaging and your brand.
100%. That is so good, because it's not going to blow up overnight. You have to do it consistently every day for 6 months.
Yeah, even longer than that. It takes time for people to get to know you, get to know your story. I think the statistic is people have to see something 15 times to even follow or bite or book that appointment. So that's why you have to keep doing it. If you believe it, keep posting about it, keep talking about it, keep embodying your messaging, because it takes a long time. People have to repetitively see it.
100%. So that's where, what is something that you see that's people are doing wrong when they're building a brand?
I think that they are just diving into too many things at one time. Like,
Okay.
because I think a lot of people, instead of just sticking with like one thing or one product or one messaging or one service, they try to do so many different types. And so then they're almost taking on more than they can.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So I think if you're, say, starting a business or trying to sell a service, like really focus on one thing that you truly believe in and then venture out to other things and be consistent with that.
That is so true.
Start small and then you grow from there.
Yeah, because it's not like overnight you just have 5 different brands and companies.
Yeah, because you just don't want to take on too much at once.
No, because then it doesn't work out. And you don't want to halfway do things.
No. So like start with one thing and get really good at it and then evolve.
I love that.
Like if it's a service, like if you really want to be, do extensions, focus on extensions. Don't focus on extensions and redheads and shortcuts or whatever. Just focus on posting extensions. Or if you're selling a product, say you're selling a sweat set, sell the sweat set. Don't sell a sweat set and a bunch of dresses,
Yeah.
And I see a lot of brands, they try to come out with so many things at one time, and then it's just not.
It's
too
messy.
much. Yeah, it's too much at once, and then it's not clear messaging.
That is 100% true. Like if you think, I love to think of like luxury brands, and you can tell the smell, the look, the taste, the service, that all combines into your brand.
Yeah, I would say focusing on the little details, like the packaging, your verbiage on social media, all the little things play a huge part than trying to focus on, just one big thing.
100%. Like they all...
Quality over quantity.
Yes. So quality over quantity is so important because it's better to have start small with your company, with your business, with your empire, and then let the layers just naturally start growing.
Like have a really good service or a really good product and then you add on to it.
Yes.
Versus just giving a ton of services or having a ton of products that are kind of mid-quality.
Yeah, because it doesn't work out. You don't want to have, like, let's say if you use 7 products on someone's hairstyle, it is going to fall flat. They really only need 2 to 3 products on their hair.
Yeah, you have to simplify it too for your client too. But if you use 2 really good products, that client is going to be sold.
And their hair is going to be sold.
And then they're going to trust you, and then you're going to be able to add into that routine.
Yeah, so you have to truly, you can't just be a salesperson to sell. You have to believe in it, you have to know what you're doing, and you have to be consistent. And so using 2 products is better than 7. 7 looks amazing, and it sounds really cool, and is really expensive. But 2 products that are just normal price, great, amazing quality, going to give you a huge outcome for your client's hair, that's what is going to be amazing for yourself.
Yeah.
That's how you create a brand.
Starting small and then evolving is beneficial for you and for the customer because you are able to give it the full attention and they're going to be able to trust you and understand it as well.
Yeah, and so
really
that's
important.
Especially like if you're a hairstylist, you showing up as your brand is so important, you guys. And that's what I even tell the stylist that I mentor. If you are doing 90s blowout hair, you better show up with 90s blowout hair. If you are selling Slavic hair extensions with natural curl, you better show up with Slavic hair extensions with a natural curl. Every great company is living what they are selling. And so for yourself, if you show up in sweats with gross old hair back in a slick back bun and it's never shampooed or down and you're doing client's hair, it does not work unless if you are a celebrity famous hairstylist. You can maybe get away with that because you have 4 a.m. wake up calls. But if you're doing hair behind the chair, you better show up with the hair that you are doing.
And that's the type of clients that you're going to attract. Like if you show up that way, you're going to attract that type of clients. If you want luxury clients and you have to show up looking ready and right, you have to use the products and be a master of the products that you're using on them, that you're trying to sell to them. It's really, all goes together. I mean, so many people that sit in my chair, they're like, if you had bad hair, I would not come to you. Like they automatically trust me because they see the way I present myself.
Yes, 100%. And they will trust you and take advice from you and listen to you and believe in your brand. So same for someone who is like selling a coffee shop or flipping houses. Like your coffee shop, you better be in love with the coffee and be drinking it all day.
And be an expert on it. Like I go on my Instagram and TikTok all the time and I'm showing my hair routine and I'm talking about the products. Then when my client sits in their chair, they already, trust me and we already have that connection because I'm online and because they can tell that I believe in it because I'm showing them.
So because it's a 24/7 thing. So you're online, in person, and even when you're just home alone, you're still
it's just natural. It's already what I'm doing.
So and that's what you guys truly, having a brand that's authentic to you is going to be so important. Like I always say, what are you? Are you a Louis Vuitton or are you a Chanel girl? Are you a Prada girl? Those are all amazing brands. They're luxury companies, but they're a brand. And so they're not for everybody, and that's okay. And everyone has their pick. You don't see someone wearing Louis Vuitton and Prada at the same time because you're one or the other. And you can be both, of course, but one day you're going to be the Prada. You're not going to be the Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
And then one day you're going to feel like the Louis Vuitton because secretly you know the brand and you feel that brand and you feel like being that brand for the day. And so same with every sort of company. It is same broken down in the same way for each person's company. And that's also like for Salon 210. I always say there's 4 walls that you get to work in and create your own brand in. Like I love seeing people be who they want to be, create the business that they believe in behind the chair, and create their own brand is so important because then you don't feel like you're working a 9-to-5 job and you actually love what you do.
Yeah, and then you have the support of other people too, and you're able to create what you want to create, but with the support of everyone else.
Yeah.
So I want everyone to write down what their why is, their purpose, and figure out what you want your brand to be and embody that every single day.
I love that. I'm going to go do mine because I'm ready for 2026.
Me too. I'm so excited. I feel like every single year at the new year I get so excited because I love to just reevaluate and reflect and like what am I going to bring into the new year for myself and for my brand.
Let's do it, guys. If you have any questions, please message us. We are here. We love building new brands. We love helping you guys. But please like, share, and comment on this post because we are not paying for marketing. We are just looking for you guys to help us out on this one.
See you on the next one.